Hello and thank you for joining us on the Tuesday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Ayodele Uzubakun. Today on the program, Inspector General of Police appoints Tunji Disu as IRT commander to replace suspended Abba Kyari as FBI reveals more details about its deals with Hush Puppy. And later on the show, 25 years after Atlanta 1996 Olympics, Nigerians relive memory of soccer gold win. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Asuko James, while Musbar Razak will join us later for sports. If you're ready, let the hangout start now. Thank you for staying with us. In life, the only thing that is constant is change. The Police Intelligence Response Team now has a new commander. The Inspector General of Police has appointed Tunji Disu, a Deputy Commissioner of Police, as the head of the unit to replace suspended Abba Kyari, who is under investigation. Meanwhile, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, as FBI, is revealing more details about Kyari's involvement in a $1.1 million fraud by Ramon Abbas, popularly called Hush Puppy. Jide, Olatunji Disu, this was a man from Lagos State. This is a man from Lagos State, and he served as the head of RRS, and he was posted to the headquarters. And right now, he has been called to serve as the new head of IRT.
I'm particularly excited about this piece of news because here in Lagos, we know the worth of Tunji Disu. We know what he's capable of doing. In every way, he's qualified for that position. And we are talking about real operations men in the Nigerian police. Tunji Disu is one of the best around. On this program, we have praised him a number of times for the successes he recorded in Lagos. And everyone knows that RRS, there is no statical police team at state level that can match the RRS in terms of equipment and in terms of professionalism. And he headed RRS and recorded tremendous success during his time. He is the man that when you give him a task, just go to sleep. You can be sure that he will deliver. He delivers better than a mailman. So you tell him, this is what has happened. Can you send your people? Forget, it gets done. And I'm not surprised because he's been an operations man through and through. He led the first Nigerian police contingent to Darfur in Sudan. He was commander of RRS in Ondo, commander of RRS in Oyo, commander of SAS in Ondo, commander of SAS in Oyo, commander of SAS, an anti-kidnapping unit in Rivers State. If you can handle that position in Rivers State, and you came back with your head in place, then you know that there's no challenge, no task that you can be given when it comes to policing that you are not ready for. And when we're talking about deployment of technology to crack crime, Lagos is the home of it. He's familiar with those equipment. Remember the case of some guys who stole used telephones all the way from South Africa, and they came to Lagos here. Tunji Disu's RRS team got hold of those guys. Got hold of them.
Yes.
So he's ready for this job. And I was told that, in fact, when the IG asked his men, who should we give this job to? It was an overwhelming choice.
Consensus.
Yes, amongst the policemen that, look, this is the best person for it. And the IG who had transferred him to somewhere else had to change his mind and gave him this job. So the Yorubas will say, "Ranti omo wonse." If you have made a good name over the years, you must always be guided. You must always remember that good name. And that is the advice that we have for our brother. Keep that good name. Do not let people down. At this time, Nigerians want result. They want better policing. They want criminals dealt with. And they are counting on you. You have no reason in the world to disappoint them.
And you know, the composition of that IRT, the way it is like, no jurisdiction. As in, anywhere there's crime, anywhere there's kidnapping, anywhere there's a top, crime,
they send them there.
The Inspector General of Police will just send you there,
yes,
and you have to crack
because they are the best equipped for that kind of task. So when there is a major criminal event, in inverted commas, in any part of Nigeria, a message will be sent to the IG requesting for that redo to be cracked. The IG will simply mandate the IRT to go and get the job done. And that's where Abba Kyari and his team have succeeded over the years. They've paid the price. They've lost a lot. Lost a lot of his men. Yes.
It's a dangerous
Sometimes
job.
they go to catch some kidnappers and they open fire on them, kill some of them, like it happened in Kaduna some time ago. Killed some of the operatives. But the successes outweigh the setbacks, and that is what we want to see continue under Disu's leadership.
But Abba Kyari was able to, he made his mark in this IRT, and he distinguished himself as a super cop before what happened. And Olatunji Disu, do you see Olatunji Disu carrying on with that, giant strides?
Yeah, the Disu is the DCP. Disu is going to do more, because from his records in Lagos, I'm not sure there's anybody in Lagos that doesn't know RRS. If you go on social media, in fact, it was the only unit that people were praising when you had the good boys, the good guys. Yes. That was what you were calling them. So he was like the boss of the good guys. And once a
vehicle breaks down
at Third Mainland Bridge, don't worry,
they will tow
it for you. Try to,
help you change your tire.
A whole police officer changing tire for ordinary civilian.
And that should be the relationship.
That is it. So he brought humane into the force. He was extremely hardworking. In fact, most of his colleagues were saying that when they work with him, he brought technology, like the BQ was saying. I remember I can attest to the fact of the fact that he used technology when my brother lost. It was accosted somewhere in Maryland some years back by armed robbers. They actually took his car from Maryland. Disu, it was Disu RRS that actually found that car, the border between Nigeria and Benin Republic, using drone. Using drone.
Drone?
Yes. Using drone. So till today,
the first police unit to
deploy
drone.
So he brought drone innovation into RRS. So when he was even leaving Lagos, if you remember when they said they are taking him to Abuja, do you know how people were sad in Lagos? So many people were saying, why should it be this? Why should it? But now he has a bigger office, a bigger responsibility, and I know that he's going to deliver. Because in everything, Disu, if you meet Disu, he's not your regular police officer. It doesn't look like your regular.
Very friendly.
Very friendly.
Extremely friendly.
And he will joke with you. And any time you tell him that there's a problem, he's always ready to help. And that is what the police force should be. Police should be your friend and friend indeed. Not the one that they will tell you that they are friends, but at the end of the day, they won't. But Disu is always there for you, and he will be there to make sure that he helps you to the end. So now we are going to see a IRT that technology will be deployed, innovation will be brought in, and I hope that those
don't
who
forget
will be working
that
with
the Lagos State Police Command too still had to deploy technology for the case of this Chidima.
Yes, you understand. So it means that
they have a forensic lab.
You cannot see if there's any police command in Nigeria. that you can always point to that is near what we see outside, it is the Lagos State Police Command. I can bet it. There's no other. In terms of technology, Lagos spends more. In terms of equipment, Lagos spends more. And then now, you are now seeing it in also the personnel. And like Disu's unit, RRS then, used to be at the top. If you go on social media, people will always talk about RRS. It is not because he did anything fantastic. It is because of the training he had outside, and he had to bring it down to replicate it down in Lagos. And that is it. That is what stands everybody. So once you go out, that is why we are always talking about politicians. You go outside, you see things that are being done well. When you come inside, you can't do it. But he himself, he went to Darfur. You can't serve in Darfur, and you come back and you remain the same. You have to change your attitude, everything. And don't forget, you also trained in the UK. He did some courses in the UK. Went to Darfur, and so many other professional courses that he did. So he is primed for this job. And I know that he's going to succeed because he is someone that is very, very detailed when it comes to things like this.
Okay, I have Suleiman from Kano State on the line.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Suleiman.
My regard to Babajide and the other analysts.
Okay, they're here with me.
Thanks. My heart always bleeds when I think of the situation that Abba Kyari found himself. But to be sincere with you, he have to blame himself, because the truth is that once you are in any security uniform, you have to forget about public life. And if you are in politics, you have to forget about personal life. And the present man appointed, he has a good record. And it's a time and opportunity for him to show the world that Nigeria is not just Abba Kyari we have. We have so many capable hands in abundance. I wish him well. I track his record. I know that he's a man of integrity. He's a good, gallant officer. So I wish he will succeed in the new office given to him. Suleiman.
Thank you, Suleiman. Babajide, yes, that is our ability to replicate the achievement of Abba Kyari and find people that can still occupy that office and do better. That's a good thing about what we have on ground.
You never find a country more blessed than Nigeria. And we are blessed in every way. Human resources and even the resources deposited in the land. I've not seen any nation as blessed as we are. So it's not a matter, within the police, we will find people better than Abba Kyari. There's no doubt about it. I know a police officer who has arrested more criminals than anybody alive in the police in Nigeria. He's just been transferred to Rivers State. He was in Imo. I will not mention his name now.
For his safety.
Yes. He has arrested criminals more than any Nigerian policeman alive. He's in Rivers State now. So we will find people, no doubt about it. And when someone leaves, it will please God to give us someone who would do even better than the person that has left. That's to tell you how much God loves our country. And Disu is not the first commander of RRS, but he made this made a big difference there. That is the way it should be. He's not the first to head IRT, but we count on him to make a big difference there because of his record here. There was a time when 1 million boys were harassing us in Lagos. It was this man that put an end to the nonsense. Then remember the case of the 50-year-old boy who stole his boss's property, killed the boss, and ran to Taraba State. Disu's men stayed in Taraba for 1 whole month until they got hold of that guy. That is what we call operations capability in the area of police operations. Waited for 1 whole month and got hold of the guy. There was also the case of an armed robber who stole a vehicle here in Lagos ran to Ogun State. Disu's men followed the robber, and by the time they got to Ogun, they actually recovered 8 vehicles from the same syndicate. So we expect a lot more, especially in the area of using technology, because he has used this sufficiently here. Remember the case of the guy who was using swim swap to steal people's money. High-tech robbery. RRS successfully cracked it under the leadership of Disu. So if some of us are convinced that he can do it, it is because we can point to what he has done.
Yes.
It's not a man. If you have no record to speak of, we can't sit here and say you turned water to wine like Jesus Christ. No, we'll say this is what you did, and people can follow up and find out whether you did it or not. During the NSAS, he secured the precinct of ShopRite here, known as Ikeja Mall, and other places around it. And you know, he's capable of disarming people without firing a shot. All of them who gathered there at Alausa. I don't want to tell you the story, how he successfully led them away from that place. And they were there on the night of that fire in Lekki. Yet he successfully got them out of that place, and he didn't kill anybody.
One-on-one.
And he didn't kill anybody.
No, nobody.
He didn't shoot. But he got them out of the place successfully. Just dropped a few of that stuff that makes you wet in your eyes, and they left the place.
He escorted them to Maryland.
Yes, no. After dropping just a few of those things that make you wet in your eyes, as if you put salt in your eyes, then they successfully led them out of the trouble area. That's the sort
I have Hassan on the line. Thank you for joining us, Hassan.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Hassan.
We are indeed in a trying moment in our nation history as far as security is concerned. The issue of Abba Kyari is never a good news at all. It's a news that should sadden the mind and the soul of anybody that wishes this country well. This is an officer that started well. And the way we are looking at it, immediately you did something or something went wrong, either by omission or commission in Nigeria, we take you to a cleaner. Please, we should stop drawing conclusions the way we are drawing about Abba Kyari. Abba Kyari helped us in fighting many insecurity battles in this country with technology. I wish the second person good or luck. And what is very clear about the FBI, look, by issue of saying FBI brought out something against somebody, should not make us to have this issue of media trial, Facebook trial.
There is no media trial.
Thank you.
There's no media trial.
So we have to go on this break.
What we want is for him to defend himself.
That's all.
When the International Criminal Court accused the president of Kenya of killing people, he responded to the first invitation. He went there to defend himself.
So he has to defend himself.
We are doing our work. We are doing our work. We have not said he's guilty. If you have been watching us, we never said he's guilty. Even yesterday we still said it that we hope that he will survive this. Don't jump to conclusions and accuse people wrongly. We are nobody anywhere in the world. If there is an infraction, even if you are Jesus Christ, the day that infraction is committed, you will be held accountable. That's the way it should be. It's not even Nigeria alone. That's the way it should be.
And we are talking
there's no media trial in this.
It is the Inspector General of Police.
Nobody is condemning. Nobody is
condemning. The one that also set up a panel for him to answer for
even if he make Nigeria crime free, which is not the case, if he does something wrong, people will talk about it. You can't stop people from talking about it. This is not an issue of Nigerians celebrate someone when he's down. No, We are not celebrating. He's our friend. He knows some of us personally. He knows we have helped him in the past. You can ask him if you can. But this has happened, and we are saying, okay, where do we go for that?
Yeah.
Nobody has condemned him.
Yes.
We have not said
there is no media trial.
Nobody, no media trial. We have not said he's guilty.
The case.
Where we are in our hearts, we are even hoping that by God's grace, he could come out of this because we are proud of what he has done. Don't label us as people who are happy that he is down. No. Because you don't like him more than us.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. We move. Now, the 3rd of August 1996 was a memorable night that Nigerians and lovers of African football would never forget. That night, the Nigerian national team, dubbed the Dream Team, defied all odds to win the first soccer gold for Africa at the Atlanta 1996 Olympics. As today marks the 25th anniversary of that triumph, Nigerians relive the memory of that night when the country conquered the world. Let's share some of the reactions with you.
1996, I was in my father's house in Mushi, and then it was all about excitement. We defy everything. We were one Nigeria. That this is Nigeria at its best. Since then, there's been nothing. Apart from the sporting edge it gives us at the international level, it's a form of unity for us. It kind of binds us together. We are one. At that point, nobody is talking, I'm Yoruba, I am Hausa, I am Igbo. So that the strength of unity is also expressed through sports, through that gold. It makes us to be one. Kanu was seen as a brother. I jump on my Hausa brothers. My Igbo brothers jump on me. So at that point, it's a unified system that we had.
It was a good feeling. Everybody loves to win. It's a natural feeling. I was happy. He heralded greatness in sports and in the people. I mean, sports is war by other means. So definitely it shows that the most populous black nation on earth is a productive and viable one.
I watched this and it's very fantastic. It's a game I can never forget in my life. See, this moment, if I keep remembering the game and the day, I feel for Nigeria, maybe they can still have some good team that will still play as those teams. They can, that very time, those they athletically play the ball, their mind and their focus is determination. Since then, I don't think all these are footballers. They are not even putting more effort like their old ones, like Rashidi Yekini, Amunuke. All those are big brothers that play football. Those are the days that I would love to be watching Nigerians game.
1996 Olympic experience is a memorable experience that Nigerians will never forget. Because don't forget at the 96 Olympics we won, Choma Ajunwa won Nigeria its first gold medal. And then the Nigerian under-23 team, known as the Dream Team, won the football gold medal. It was quite memorable in the sense that the timing of the games, despite it was at night, Nigerians followed the matches. But don't forget, what made it more possible was because the bulk of the team was the bulk of the players that were playing in the national team. So it was like Nigeria was parading the Super Eagles. But because majority of them, the likes of Garba Lawan and all the others, yes, there were those extra overage players, but the bulk of the team was still the Super Eagles. So Nigerians keenly followed the team because don't forget, the team had won the Nations Cup 2 years before. 80% of that team had won the Nations Cup in 1994. So coming to 1996, Nigerians had confidence in that team and still believed in that team. So definitely the team did not disappoint. And what made it most memorable was for Nigeria to have defeated a country like Brazil and Argentina. Nigeria losing to Brazil by 3-1 and equalized and scored the golden goal. It made it memorable. And then the finals against Argentina. These are two countries that Nigeria always had it very, very tough to overcome in major competitions. So all these were factors that really made it memorable for Nigerians.
The country was so happy. We celebrated very well. From the quarter-final, semi-final, and the final. Most especially the game in semi-final to final against Nigeria and Brazil. 3-0, 3-1 down, and we ended it 4-3. It was a very good day in this country. We celebrated all over 24 hours of the day. and the final against Argentina that we won. The match was played late in the night, but despite that, almost 75% of Nigerians watched the match at the night, and we jubilate till almost the daybreak here in Kano. I don't know any other part of the country, but here in Kano, the celebration was over night and morning.
And my memory on Atlanta 96, by that time we were in the kid, and I knew a lot. By that very time, the celebration was very huge, very crowded. It's different between the other time, 1996, and this 2021, 2020 to 2021 Olympic is very different. Because that very time, everybody was very happy. Nigeria won the gold medal.
Before, you see that we sit down and watch football, you on your TV 247 watching them. But now we don't normally do that.
Yes, I could remember then I was still in the police. And seeing one of us winning an Olympic gold was very, very good for us. We were all happy. Although it was the first individual gold, we later went to win another gold, that is football. So Nigerians were happy.
I was in Lagos then. We were so happy. Happy that Nigeria at long last won the first gold medal. Though one was expecting that it would have come before that time. Nevertheless, we were very happy. I was so excited. I was so happy that, yes, we could now register our name in the global records of people, of countries which had won the Olympic gold medal. Moving forward from 1996 down till now, we have not gotten another gold medal. Is quite disheartening to.
Well, it was quite commendable. These are social policies that triggered success, and that is why you could have that celebrated. Sports commitment brings gold, and gold is a celebrity of joy and brings happiness to the people. So we want more and more of this to happen.
All right, Musbah Razak is joining us. Musbah, 1996, Atlanta 96. It's just like yesterday. That's 25 years. Imagine it, 25 child. Now, in that squad, we have Joseph Disu. If you remember that goalkeeper?
Of course.
Joseph Disu, Mobile Oparaku, Celeste Babayaro, Uche Okechukwu, Abiodun Obafemi, Tijani Babangida, Justin JJ Okocha, Kanu Wanko, Daniel Amokachi, Taribo West, Sunday Olise, Victor Ekpeba, Emmanuel Amunike, Emmanuel Babayaro, Teslim Fatusi, Wilson Ruman, Gaba Lawa. At least that's the list we have for now. And when you remember that Atlanta 96 squad, what comes to your mind?
Well, good evening, viewers. That was our golden era in football. Those boys that went for Atlanta 96 were already playing for the national team, although they were young. So that was our golden era, and we were confident that they will win something. Not many believed that they will win gold, but we were confident that they will win something. You look at the qualifying matches they played. There was a time they play Kenya in Lagos, and Kenya play a 1-1 draw. And we went to Nairobi and beat them. The toughest match was against Egypt here in Lagos. We played 3-2 and went to Cairo and played 1-1 draw. And that was that goal, that qualifier for that Atlanta soccer event was scored by Victor Ekpeba. So we knew that we have a team. We had a team. And thank God we had the right coach then, Bonfrejo. So it was just, as we have it, we pray for it, and God.
Bonfrejo used to assist Clemens Westhouse.
Yes. But he was the coach for the
Atlanta
96. And that was where the alias Dream Team came about. We nicknamed them Dream Team after the Olympic US Olympic team, basketball team that was named Dream Team. So we named our own football team the Dream Team. So, and
Jide, I remember
that.
that.
1992 U.S. Olympic basketball team.
In Barcelona.
And that was the first time that professionals were allowed to play in the basketball event of the Olympics. So they had their best players, Larry Bird, and the best of the best that America had.
I think Michael Jordan was among.
Michael Jordan, all of them.
Even so our own Hakeem
no one
Olajuwon.
thought, yes, Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem, I think, came with the second set of Dream Team. You know? So even no one thought that anyone could be the American team. So that was why they were nicknamed
the Dream Team.
Dream Team. Because the best players that ever played in any position in basketball, they were in that team. Best point guard, best forward, best power forward, best center, you know, in that US team.
Okay, let's go back to this Atlanta 1996 team. Now, the Atlanta team, I remember we played Brazil at the first half.
In the semi-final.
No.
We played them at the group stage.
Okay.
We played Brazil. We were grouped with Brazil, and this same team we had the
great Ronaldo,
and all the guys that later became
Ronaldo scored against us,
the Brazilian national team in future. And the way the more they moved, the more they gathered momentum, and our team was looking better and better till that semi-final. Yes. The one I call final before final.
That's semi-final. When you talk about this Olympic team, it is that semi-final that people remember. Because the joy of winning that semi-final was not matched by the joy of winning the final. We were down 3-1.
With 12 minutes to go.
In fact, they considered an own goal, and then became 3-1. Then we got quick goals, equalized. Then in extra time,
scored the golden goal.
Scored the golden goal. There are things that help Nigeria to win great football competitions, innovations that
was the
FIFA
last.
never went back to. There was the kicking that enabled us to beat Ghana in the Under-17 World Cup final, where Wilson Oruma scored that header. They never went back to it as an innovation. They just let the kicking die, because the argument of people then was that it's not a game that should be played with the hand. So why are people throwing the ball? So let them put it on the ground. Then when ball goes out, they put it on the ground and kicking. We use that to score. But you could have argued that if you are saying the people should not touch it, then that means goalkeepers too should not touch the ball. You know? But that went. Once we beat Brazil, because we never thought we could come back. Brazil has a history of shaming Nigeria in football tournaments. And the most painful of them all was the 1987 Under-20 team.
In Chile.
The Etimesin team. You know? The large Babalola team. And the late Okon. John Ene Okon.
John Ene Okon, late Thompson Olea too.
So we had terrible history with Brazil. Remember even the 1988 Olympics. They also shamed us there. Remember Romario? You know?
4-0.
Yes, they shamed us. So this one, when it was 3-1, we already gave up. Suddenly, Kanu and the rest of them showed their magic. And this team...
Kanu scored that equalizer.
When that equalizer came, we had...
And don't forget that Kanu was diagnosed of this thing. I think before the Olympic, he had this running battle of...
I think it was after.
It was after. That was fairly recent.
Okay.
You know? So, once we got that equalizer, hope was restored. Even JJ Okocha, who was making misplaced passes and people were angry with him, his game improved. And we were able to beat these guys. And we asserted ourselves as a great footballing nation. That, in my view, is the greatest football achievement by Nigeria. Because there's no bigger stage where we excel than that. So by the time this final came, By the time this final came,
Nigeria,
people were already expecting Argentina. Nigeria to beat Argentina. I'm telling you, if it was the era of VAR, this goal would not have stood. You may say, okay, it was a nominal offside, but it looked very much like offside. If VAR was there at that time, this goal would not have stood.
Okay, I have joining us a member of the Atlanta 1996 Dream Team, Abiodun Obafemi, joins us for more discussion on this. Thank you for staying with us, Abiodun.
Thank you for having me.
25 years ago, tell us about this team and the day you won that gold medal during the Olympics. What was in your mind?
It was a great day, I must confess. The most important day in my life as a footballer. Before we left Nigeria, I must confess, the turning point was the friendly game we had against Togo. We struggled to play the draw with them at the National Stadium. And I remember, how the Lagos fans behaved. They held us hostage in our room, in our dressing room at the National Stadium. So when we were going, everybody has lost hope on us. Nobody expected us to do anything, and that is why I say it's a turning point. People believe the team that struggled against Togo was just going to Atlanta for Jamboree. So the pressure was totally not on us. So we did our preparation with focus, determination, and self-belief that we can do it. And I must confess that I must confess that yes, in every win, you need that atom of luck. The luck was in our favor, but sincerely speaking, I think the better side won the Olympics.
Which one would you describe as the toughest match you played? I saw you play as the libero for Nigeria against Egypt in the qualifiers. Which one would you personally describe as your best or the toughest match?
Thank you for reminding me about that particular match. I must confess, that match against Egypt in Cairo was my toughest, and unarguably our toughest match. Yes.
But the toughest throughout.
And Jide was talking about the role you played as a libero.
Yes, I have been playing the position alongside my friend and the teammate Taribo West, right from the under 20 level. So we've been together. We understand ourselves very well. Though both of us played in France, I was in Toulouse, in France. He was in Auxerre. Auxerre. So we understood ourselves very well because we've been together for 3-4 years.
What did Bonfrey tell you at halftime against Brazil?
Abiodun, are you there? Jide asked you what the coach, Bonfrey Joe, told you guys
at halftime against Brazil.
When you are losing 3-1.
Oh. Okay. While we try to get his connection back, but you know, as at that time, because this halftime is talked about, but then they came back.
Whether he had hopes that we would turn that match around.
No. It was no place for us. Of course, we started well, they scored, and we equalized. And within the last 5 minutes, in fact, their third goal was one of the most team goal I've ever seen. Their usual tip-tap and Bebeto chesting. Bebeto using his chest to beat a player. Yes, you said Bebeto.
No, number 7.
Yes, now Bebeto chesting to make it pass to Cavallo, and that was 3-1. Even Brazil themselves were so overconfident that when we started, they scored the fourth goal.
Ronaldo.
Yes, they scored the fourth goal in the second half.
For the final.
They scored the fourth goal in the second half, but was disallowed. They even removed Ronaldo. To rest him for the final.
What an insult.
What? 10 minutes.
Obafemi is back. Obafemi.
Yes, Obafemi.
Yeah.
My question is, at half time, with your team trailing, what did Coach Bonfrejo say to you guys at half time?
I remember he calmed everybody down. He told us the game was not over yet, that the game of football lasts for 90 minutes and we should not give up. And I remember he said there is no team that does not have a weakness. That what we just need to do is to keep going. That he's sure at the tail end of the match, they were tired out. And that was precisely what happened.
Wow. So they got tired.
They got tired and then overconfidence.
Overconfidence.
They knew they'd beaten us before.
Yes. They thought they would beat us again. That team, many people say that if that team had gone for the the Nations Cup, that they could have won the Nations Cup. Biodun, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, you know the head of state, Sani Abacha, refused to let Nigeria
go to South Africa.
To South Africa as a way of paying back South Africa for condemning Nigeria over the execution of Ken Saro-Wiwa. Are you convinced that if that team had gone for the Nations Cup, it will have retained the trophy that it won in 1994 in Tunisia?
I will say yes, without any reservation. Sincerely speaking, that would have been my only opportunity to represent Nigeria at that level, at the Nations Cup level. And even before, during the preparation, that was before the lineup for the players invited was rolled out. We contacted ourselves because we do call ourselves, but especially we that were in France then, and we were ready and determined to win that cup for Nigeria. Because our level of confidence was so high. We believe we were unbeatable.
Okay. I want to thank you, Abiodun Obafemi, for your contribution. Thank you, Babajide. It's when you look at this, that moment, it started from 1994. That 1994, we won the Nations Cup. Yes. From Nations Cup, we went to the World Cup, and we scored our first goal in the World Cup, Rashidi Yekini that time, and we did, excellently well in that World Cup. So 1996 just came at a time that we had that team. Before the World Cup, that team was rated, I think, number 5 in the world.
Number 5, yes.
After the World Cup.
Before the World Cup, we were doing very well, very well. And we had the best performance by an African team going to the World Cup for the first time. The best performance ever by an African team going to the World Cup for the first time. Yeah. We beat Bulgaria 3-0 in the final, in the first match. That same Bulgarian team got to the semi-final of the World Cup. So that's to tell you how good that team was. And the commentators, they were raving about the Nigerian team. The speed of the front line of the Nigerian team, made up of Finidi George, Rashidi Yekini, and Amuneke. Amuneke on the left. Amuneke, and then Amokachi was the support striker, always making those vertical runs so that you can free some space for Yekini. So it was a very, very strong team. And then we were just growing. We were just growing. By the time of the Olympics, that team had hit its peak. We just had some young boys who are just also coming into the team. It was a fine.
Okay. Also joining us for more discussion on this is veteran sport journalist Michel Obi, the master himself. Thank you for joining us.
I'm still very active.
Michel, I greet you.
What can you tell us about that 1996 team?
They call it the dream. That dream is still alive, although how far have we come in matching that? 25 years ago, we had talents who really gave something to cherish. And not only the Olympic gold, a gold which treasure till date, but also giving us that you can only imagine in your dream. We have the players who have, we keep striving. You keep seeing our Olympic team, dream team too, they never get to match that dream. And so, of a quality team all around, keeping position to the attack, midfield, it was a surplus of
talent,
diligence, and till that achievement. Even for Brazil, to win an Olympic gold, that feat, that comeback, memorable, a night or a morning for many. The Brazilians can't ignore it. I think that day.
You have covered so many football matches involving Nigeria national teams, including the under 20 and the under 17 teams. Which one will you rate as the best match in your view that you watched? The best performance by a Nigerian team whose match you are covering?
You know there are different. If you want to look at the best side, you will look at the most effervescent, most attractive offensive team. Look at the dream team of in the 6 in Atlanta. They attack with not only with aggression and something which they call it that was get that kind of football from Africa, speed and talent. It's couldn't match it. Not and that was the strength of at his best, at his. That was a game. And then you cannot forget the miracle of Daman, a powerful comeback. That was in the youth championship.
Yes.
He's made a mark in the youth department. Where what has transition? That has been the big issue. Challenge over to carry the best of our football group to where it matters and where men treasure. So that has been the big. In terms of the national team, I will give the played in Morocco in a 2D Cup. That was well and lost. But so that was a game I tried to pass to Taka, to the Cameroonian, and ever since Cameroon. Of course, you know that Cup many times by beating up. That. And so, yeah, it's a balance thing. There are many matches today talk about.
We're out of time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mikel Obi. Thank you for your contribution and that memorable 1996 event.
Michel Obi is one of the people who made me feel like becoming a journalist. I had just finished secondary school when I began to read him in the Guardian.
Yeah,
and he covered the match in which the Nigerian Flying Eagles lost 3-0 to Cameroon under-20 team in Yaoundé. And the first 2 paragraphs of his match report, I recited it to him. Because I had not forgotten. I memorized it since then. You know, he was such a fantastic writer, you know, with the grace of language that is very rare in our world today. So I'm grateful to you for being an inspiration to me.
Master himself, Michel Obi. I remember watching him, Michel Obi and Ejiro Monode in those days for years.
But I was talking his exploits as a writer, as a sports writer, is what fascinated me.
Very well.
Yes, of course. I hope you can teach me French one day, because I'm a French illiterate.
On a final note, what's the difference between that 1994 team and that Atlanta 96 team in terms of when you want to look at it, as in, how will you rate them?
No, there is no much difference because they are 2 sides of the same coin. It's a team that evolved from 1990 when Westerhoff became the coach of Nigeria. He started building the team, and the team reached a level of peak in 1994 when they won the Nations Cup and went to the World Cup. And what he did is a replacement system. When one is getting old, you find the best replacement for him. So as the 1994 team was getting out of World Cup, the people like Tijani Babangida, Victor Ikpeba were coming in. And the same team gradually the bulk of that same team
94 narrowly.
The bulk of that team went to what's it called, the World Cup in France in 1998. Remember the first match against Spain, which we won, and remember the way we beat Bulgaria again, and if not for complacency against Denmark,
and I think even inexperience.
So that was it.
They had no business losing to Italy.
To Italy.
That's Bulgaria. They had the likes of Risto Stoichkov.
Yes,
and at that time
Balakov,
and
Dimitri
Emil
Balakov,
Kostadinov,
and Balakov, and Yodaleshkov.
Okay, Abiodun Obafemi, on the passing shot to Abiodun Obafemi, have you taken delivery of your own house? The federal government promised 25 years ago that after winning that gold medal in the Olympic.
My brother, we are still waiting. We've not gotten. We are still waiting.
So your prayer will be answered.
We are here to get it.
All right. And we should not forget that wonderful police woman too, Chioma Ajunwa. That same Olympics, she won a gold medal for the first time for the country.
She jumped 7.12 meters, an African record then. An African record then. Yes.
Yeah, the long jump.
Yes, 7.12 meters. That record was only broken about 2 or 3 months ago by this same woman, this same lady that won bronze this morning. It's a Brume.
Okay, Obafemi, my producer is saying that are you the only one yet to take possession of your house or the whole team?
The whole team.
Well, I think the whole team. It's the whole team. I don't know if some have gotten their own, but I'm very sure if they get it, I will know. So I think it's the whole team.
25 years after.
They are giving them now.
Well, the federal government of Nigeria, Minister of Sports, Solidarity, everybody, whatever you can do.
It's now that
25 years after. No. So I want to thank everybody from Abiodun Obafemi. Thank you for your contribution, and Asuko James. Thank you for your contribution.
Michel Obi.
And Michel, the master himself, Michel Obi, and Musba Razak. Thank you for always bringing us down memory lane. And the message itself, Judy, I don't know what to say about you. You talk sports. You know, in entertainment, you can sing Olamide's lyrics. I don't understand the kind of talent you have. But I thank God for your life. And that's our offering today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. And don't forget to join Journalist Hangout on Sunday by 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Ozubakun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.